Good morning. It's quite a few weeks after last walk I did, and just left Iver station, and we're off on our next stretch of this walk. We're in Buckinghamshire, and today we're going to go from here all the way along to Gerrards Cross. So the last video was a really interesting one. Walked from Staines up to Iver, around some really interesting bits of infrastructure, reservoirs, the airport, where the airport's going to expand, and we're going to continue on that theme today a bit more, walking through the green belt, walking, talking and having a look and see what we can see. It's definitely autumn, it's a bit chillier, but it's dry and it's going to be a great day. So yeah, looking forward to this one. So the first part of the walk takes me along this, which is the Grand Union Canal. This is a spur of the canal which goes from kind of Brentford behind me up to Slough, where it stops. And it was originally built in the kind of 18th century, and there was a brickworks in Slough, and it was to take bricks from here into London and then all the way up to the Midlands. And that came to an end sometime around the war. And originally the plan was to fill this canal in and return it to an industrial estate, but a local opposition group, you all know those, but in this instance fought the good fight and fought to save it, and it was restored. And that's the first part of this walk that we're walking along. Really lovely, very quiet as well, no one here. Might be a good time to tell you a bit about Buckinghamshire Council now that we're in it, and we're going to be in it for the next quite a few walks actually. It's a big county, and it's one of the historic counties of England. Dates way back to Anglo-Saxon times, and it was established in 1888 as a council alongside all the district councils in the area. In the 70s, Milton Keynes broke away, formed its own council. We're not going to get as far as that, but obviously that's a new town and brings with it some really interesting bits. We'll talk a bit about new towns because those are coming now. Labour have announced the next raft of them. So from 74 to 2020, Buckinghamshire was split up into 4 different councils: Aylesbury Vale, Chiltern, South Bucks and Wickham. But then in 2020, early 2020, it was rejoined to be one large council again, one large unitary authority, and that's really a forerunner of what we're going to see happen, this return and local government reorganisation, Surrey becoming 1 or 2 big unitary authorities, and Sussex it's not all plain sailing. Their plan was meant to be well prepared by now, and it's only just coming out, the first stages of that local plan. The huge housing needs to deliver. It's going to have all sorts of challenges that we'll talk about as we walk through the Greenbelt in Buckinghamshire. Another interesting point around here, just behind me, behind this kind of hedgerow, you can't see it, but there's plans in there for a huge new data centre. It's 700,000 square foot data centre in the Greenbelt, approved under the new Grey Belt rules, and it's quite a complex decision. It's one of the first that Angela Rayner, remember her, in her role as Secretary of State at the time, she effectively overturned Buckinghamshire's decision to refuse that application, and it followed the announcement by the government, by the Labour government, that data centres were going to be classified as critical infrastructure, and they're therefore in the same category as emergency services, as healthcare systems, water supplies. They form part of that critical infrastructure that we need. And there's another tag on to that, more coming through, and of course those data centres are controversial, but it's what we need to keep our phones going, to keep our computers working, but they're not without controversy. But that one is just literally going to be within a stone's throw of where I'm walking now. Weird example of juxtaposition of canal, but canal side uses all in the green belt, all alongside each other. Smell-o-vision here, that boat just with the log burner, burning wood, that kind of smell of autumn. Oh, makes you feel nice and cosy. So we're now in Langley Park and heading north, and we're also hooked back up with the Colne Valley Trail. That's where we spent a lot of the last walk, actually, walking along the Colne Valley and Colne River. So this is going to take us pretty much right the way up into Pinewood Studios. So yeah, nice little stretch here. Just coming to the end of this amazing avenue of redwood trees. It's stunning, and the cafe up here too. I should be going for a cup of tea, slice of cake. I think it's that time. So we've crossed over the road from Langley Park. We're now in Black Park Country Park. Very nice of them to name a park in my honour. This is a triple SI. Lots of heathland, alder, carr and bush crickets in here. Really interesting area. It's right next to Pinewood. Pinewood's kind of over in that direction, and Pinewood was built in the 1930s, and it was requisitioned in the war for an army base, but there's been significant expansion to that area recently. Significant expansion of the studios, again in the Greenbelt, but an important part of the British film industry. And these woods were used in quite a lot of the films, so quite a lot of the horror films, Curse of Frankenstein, Brides of Dracula, even used in quite a few Bond films as well, like Goldfinger, and most recently Jurassic World. So yeah, really interesting part to walk through, and certainly right up against Pinewood Studios and those competing bits to expand, but keeping areas like this obviously free from development. So we're at Gerrards Cross Common now. It's the end of my walk today. 15 kilometres in, stayed dry, which is good. And yeah, it's been a good walk, good stretch today. And just up the road there, we'll get to Gerrards Cross station. So my next walk is going to take me from Gerrards Cross all the way up to Amersham. We're going to be getting into Metroland. Going to be really interesting to talk about that and that episode of London's growth, and look at all the growth to come around there. So we've been walking again today through Colne Valley, and one of the interesting things I spotted in researching today was a article in The Economist in July last year, and in that it described the Colne Valley Regional Park as the enemy within, in their opposition to the data centre plans and other plans for growth. And what was quite interesting was the response from Colne Valley Regional Park, and I'll share the link to the article, it's definitely worth a read. But they said that the debate about the future of the Greenbelt is crucially important and cannot be boiled down to a divisive view of NIMBYs versus YIMBYs. And they said that their response to the title of the article is that there's no such thing, that they are simply competing needs that need to be carefully considered and balanced. And I think that's really true and worth a read. So yeah, tune in again. Hope you enjoyed today, and onwards we go. Got a few more walks planned, hopefully before the weather turns, before the clocks go back, before the nights start drawing in. Thanks as ever to Stella for putting all these videos together, and really hope you enjoyed it today, and subscribe and join for the next one.